Well, alright.
Oh, yeah, I'll stop by here in a minute.
Alright.
Because I know he's looking up some bandwidth.
Alright. Alright. Let's see how that works. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, I know. Yeah, scoot your chair over.
Yeah, I know what I gotta do. You ain't gotta tell me. Don't be telling
Hey folks, even with a stop and stutter, it's Monday! We have our first live stream. We hope it doesn't crash on us. The dog said, screw you, I'm not making an appearance. It can only be time for...
the morning brew.
Okay, so last night, if those of you that were watching Twitter, we were watching the scanners. We're fine. We're here in Georgia. We were concerned about our YouTuber friends who have family and who may be living in the area where that madman is. So that's why we were on the scanners. That's why we were tweeting out confirmed reports. And that's going to be the first story on the news this morning. And for those of you wondering why there's a small YouTuber in the chat by the name of Ericor, he is the one that has animated our intro for our news segment. So, and he has an honorary wrench because of that particular action. So thank you again, Ericor, for the animation.
Ericor's always welcome here in a minute.
Yeah.
And I like the new stuff you've got on your channel, bud.
Yeah.
Again, keep it up.
Yep. So without further ado, you know what time it is?
Time for news.
Alrighty then, let me get over here and get this shit going. You might want to man the chat, babe.
Man the chat.
Man the chat.
You got it. I can do that.
Alright, here we go. Note list gone. And note panel. Oops. Yeah, we're still working through stuff. Hang on.
Yep.
Alright, we need our first story. Here we go. First story. Alright, yep. First story is this idiot. Because, you know, reasons. Alright. Multi-state. Search targets suspect in Facebook murder. Yes, that's a typo, I know. Cleveland AP. The search for a suspected killer who posted gruesome Facebook video of a fatal Cleveland shooting. But authorities, this thing needs to be bigger. Alright, yeah, we're still working through stuff. Alright, there we go. Shooting put authorities in surrounding states on the lookout Monday after police said the man might have left Ohio. Cleveland police alleged 37-year-old Steve Stevens, a case manager at a behavioral health agency, shot a 74-year-old passerby on Sunday in an apparently random attack. And for those of you that keep tweeting out, the death of that poor man, knock it off, please. That's not doing the family any good, and that's not honoring his death. The victim, retired foundry worker Robert Godwin Sr., apparently was shot while out on a walk to collect discarded aluminum cans in a plastic shopping bag. Something his son told Cleveland.com that Godwin did often. Police say early Monday that Godwin is the only victim so far linked to Stevens, despite the suspect's claim in a separate video on Facebook that he killed over a dozen people. Police plan to give an update later Monday morning on the search for Stevens, who is wanted on a charge of aggravated murder. Authorities have warned people in Pennsylvania, New York, Indiana, and Michigan to be on alert for him, and the FBI is assisting in the investigation. The motive for the shooting wasn't entirely clear from the shaky video in which Stevens tells Godwin a woman's name and says, "She's the reason that this is about to happen to you." Godwin didn't seem to recognize the woman's name. The suspect then points a gun at Godwin, who shields his face with the plastic bag. Facebook said the video was posted after the killing, but wasn't broadcast on Facebook Live as police initially indicated. The suspect did go live on the social media site at another point Sunday. The video of the killing was on Facebook for about 3 hours before it was removed. Stevens' Facebook page was also eventually removed. This is a horrific crime, and we do not allow this kind of content on Facebook, the company said. We will work hard to keep a safe environment on Facebook, and are in touch with law enforcement in emergencies where there are direct threats to physical safety. The victim's son, Robert Godwin Jr., told Cleveland.com he couldn't bring himself to watch the video but learned about it from others. "I don't really want to see it," he said. In a separate video, authorities said Stevens claimed to have killed more than a dozen other people. "Like I said, I killed 13, so I'm working on 14 as we speak," Stevens said. What a sick bastard. Police have not verified any other shootings or deaths, Police Chief Calvin Williams said. Police said they have talked with family and friends of Stevens, who is a case manager at Beechbrook, a behavioral health agency headquartered in Pepper Pike near Cleveland. You sure he was a counselor, not a patient? Oh, sorry. Beechbrook spokesman Nancy Courtmeyer said Sunday that news of the shooting shocked and horrified the agency. "We are hoping that the Cleveland police will be able to apprehend Mr. Stevens as soon as possible and before anyone else is injured," Courtmeyer said in a statement. Those are our dogs barking in the background. Please excuse them. In one of the videos, Stephen can be seen holding up his Beechbrook employee identification badge. "I'm killing with my Beechbrook badge on too." Boy, say that 5 times fast. Stevens also mentioned his fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, in one of his Facebook posts. The fraternity issued a statement Sunday night offering our sincere and heartfelt prayers and condolences of comfort to the families affected by the shooting. Now here is a list of short facts. He is wanted for aggravated murder. The warrant has been issued. In regards to the GoFundMes that you have seen floating around on the internet, Godwin's daughter and the family has not set up any accounts. So no one has been authorized to do so. So any GoFundMe links featuring Godwin's face are false as of now until we come up with more information. That is what we have now on the GoFundMe as far as raising money for Godwin and the family in their time of need. Now, the Cleveland Police Twitter, they had a Periscope this morning. The mayor made an address. The police chief is working with FBI and U.S. Marshals have been called in. Dozens of areas have been searched, and this is since 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Condition of the suspect has not been confirmed. If you are in any of the areas aforementioned, and let me scroll up so I can mention those areas again. Let me see here. If you're watching this, let me see. It's multi-state, so the FBI was bound to get in on it. Thanks for bumping the table, Zeus.
Yeah, sorry, Mama.
Yeah.
I told you, Mama. I was playing.
All right. In Cleveland and the surrounding areas, if you spot this Ford, it's a white Ford Focus. We're going to be tweeting out that during the day. If you see anything regarding the car, call the tip line, which is 1-800-CALL-FBI, or call your local 911 and let them know where you spotted it. One fatality. Only one has been confirmed, even though he keeps bragging that he's killed more than one person. Godwin is the only confirmed fatality in his running around. They're asking for him to turn himself in. They're pleading to anyone helping Stevens to give them information, and they also reminded the public that anybody helping him is subject to a felony charge. The family will make a statement as to how to contribute later on today. We'll keep an ear out for that. No prior criminal record, but he did have traffic infractions. Joy, his girlfriend, is in protective custody. As of 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, there are no new victims, and they could not confirm the ping that was going on in Twitter in Erie, Pennsylvania. They could not confirm that. The Cleveland Branch FBI says they're working in conjunction with the Cleveland PD. They're going to be posting billboards with his face and information. Marshall Elliott he's positive about catching this guy. Again, if you see him in your area, in your state surrounding Ohio, those states surrounding Ohio, call 1-800-FBI or call your local 911 to give them a tip. Don't call them for bullshit thinking you see it. Please confirm the sighting before you call it in, especially if you're going to call the FBI hotline, because they're going to be getting calls in multi-states, and the last thing they need is a lead that'll lead them on a wild goose chase that'll end in this guy not getting caught. We need to get this guy off the street. We need to get him apprehended, guys. So if in the Michigan area, in the Ohio area, and those surrounding states, please keep an eye out for the white Ford Focus. He is bald with a beard, he is black, and he is still wearing the purple and grayish looking polo shirt.
They assume
he's still wearing that. And his name is Steve Stevens, so please be on the lookout. If anything else changes, we'll be tweeting it out. Alright, next story. Okay, dear, it's your turn, so we're going to have to switch seats.
We're going to have to switch seats.
Yep, I'm manning the chat. I'm going to be you in the chat, and you're going to be reading the news.
Oh my God, poor people.
These poor folks.
Yes, we're trying to get a bigger desk, so this is a little easier.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. You would give me the one with South Korea.
Yep.
Some days I think she hates me. Let's see. Upon Panmunjom, South Korea, out of the Associated Press. U.S. Vice President Mike Pence traveled to the 10th zone, dividing North and South Korea, and warned Pyongyang that after years of testing, the U.S. and South Korea, with its nuclear ambitions, the era of strategic patience is over. The announced visit Monday at the start of his 10-day trip to Asia was a U.S. show of force that allowed the vice president to gaze at North Korean soldiers from afar and stare directly across a border marked by razor wire. Pence told reporters near the demilitarized zone that President Donald Trump was hopeful China would use its extraordinary levers to pressure the North to abandon its weapons program. A day after the North's failed missile test launch. I would have loved to have seen that. I'm sorry.
I love the tweeting gifs of them jumping on a rocket and it landing.
That's just... Failure to launch comes to... Never mind. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
But Pence expressed impatience with the unwillingness of the regime to move forward, ridding itself of nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles. Pointing to the quarter century since the United States first confronted North Korea over its attempts to build nuclear weapons, the vice president said a period of patience has followed. But the era of strategic patience is over, he declared. President Donald Trump has made it clear that the patience of the United States and our allies in this region has run out, and we want to see change. We want to see North Korea abandon its reckless path of the development of nuclear weapons. Also, its continual use and testing of ballistic missiles is unacceptable. In Moscow, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, speaking to reporters Monday evening, said he hopes there will be no unilateral actions like those we saw recently in Syria, and that the U.S. will follow the line that President Trump repeatedly voiced during the election campaign. Meanwhile, China made a plea for a return to negotiations. Foreign Ministry spokesman Liu Kang
Mortal Kombat. Sorry.
Finish him. Oh, sorry.
Fatality.
Said tensions need to be eased on the Korean Peninsula to bring the escalating dispute there to a peaceful resolution. Liu said Beijing wants to resume the multi-party negotiations that ended in a stalemate in 2009 and suggested that U.S. plans to deploy a missile defense system in South Korea were damaging its relations with China. No, those were deployed, most likely for several reasons. First reason, anything being launched out of that peninsula can be shot down easily, whether or not it targets the U.S. or one of its allies, like Japan or South Korea. Or, God forbid, they do something stupid and aim one toward India, another, area that's just, they're nuclear.
Yeah.
They'd pull the trigger back instantly. They wouldn't care. Anyway, in Tokyo, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, honest Abe maybe? No. Abe. Whatever.
Same lot.
I know. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
I'm on my second cup of coffee. Don't judge.
That's our battle cry. It's Monday.
Speaking to a parliamentary session Monday, said, needless to say, diplomatic effort is important to maintain peace, but dialogue for the sake of dialogue is meaningless. That's a true statement. Later Monday, Pence reiterated in a joint statement alongside South Korean acting President Hwang Kyo-an that all options are on the table to deal with threat and said any use of nuclear weapons by Pyongyang would be met with an overwhelming and effective response. He said the American commitment to South Korea is ironclad and immutable.
Okay, I just have one question. What strategic silence? We're going to sit here and not say anything strategically.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense.
Strategic silence?
Yeah, we're going to sit
Strategic
here
silence
and not
is...
say shit
No,
strategically.
here's strategic silence.
What?
And everything. They issue up all of these threats and everything, and all we do is move troops and equipment in nice and quietly. We don't announce it. We just sail a fleet in,
Yeah.
which they did.
Alright, we did the flip. I can read the last story.
I'm not quite done. We need to apply pressure on North Korea so they seriously respond to a dialogue with the international community, he said, urging China and Russia to play more constructive roles on the issue. Pence's visit came amid increasing tensions and heated rhetoric on the Korean peninsula, while the North did not conduct a nuclear test. The specter of a potential test and an escalated U.S. response has trailed Pence as he undertakes his Asian tour. As always, she will post all of these news articles in the descriptions below, and so you guys can read the entire article. We did that and everything. I'd be up here for 2-3 hours sometimes.
I know.
The trials and tribulations of live broadcasting.
No kidding, right?
Stand by.
Right. And we play musical chairs once again and figure out how to set all this crap up proper so we don't have to do
I
this.
know, right? Great big huge desk with a live video and a teleprompter.
Alright, the last one is... You see, I reserved the turkey one for me. That way everybody can laugh at my pronunciations. So you got the easy one, dang it. Alright, this is the latest out of the AP, and this is the timeline. So I'm going to scroll this down from the bottom. I didn't put the whole timeline on here because, oh my god, it's a long one. So we're going to start with 2:45 p.m. All these times are turkey times. Now I'm thinking of Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. Okay. Alright, 2:45 p.m. Turkey. Germany's foreign minister says, the European Union should draft a new strategy to look for new formats of negotiations with Turkey. Sigmar Gabriel spoke on Monday in Tirana, where he was to meet with senior Albanian officials. Gabriel said that though many EU member countries may be, quote, rigorous in their stand on Turkey due to their domestic policies, Brussels should intensively work to find the channels of dialogue on how to impact so that Turkey remains a democratic country. Gabriel said the EU would first wait for the opinion of international observers of Turkey's referendum, adding that, quote, we will be able to assist Turkey in its economic development if only it remains a democracy, unquote, and not if it reintroduces the death penalty. Aww. Alright, at 2:55 p.m. in Turkey, an official of Turkey's governing party says they will invite President Recep Tayyip, yep, you got the easier one, Erdogan to rejoin the party that he co-founded. The deputy chairman of the AKP, Mustafa Elitist, told private broadcaster NTV Monday it would be a great honor if he accepts it. Erdogan had to give up his party leadership when he was elected president in 2014 because of a law that requires the country's president to be independent of a party. Under one of the constitutional amendments approved in Sunday's referendum, that law has been annulled. Elitas said the membership invitation would come after election results are published in the official gazette, expected in 10 to 11 days. Quote, it's truly an important event that he's a member of the party he is a leader and founder of, unquote, Elitas said. Alright, 3:40 p.m. in Turkey, an observer mission that has been monitoring the Turkish referendum campaign and vote on expanding presidential powers says the procedures used fell short of international standards. Tana de Zoleta of the OSCE said Monday that a Turkish electoral board decision to allow as valid ballots that did not bear official stamps undetermined important safeguards against fraud. The monitoring group described a series of irregularities in the referendum, including a skewed pre-vote campaign in favor of the yes vote, intimidation of the no campaign, and the fact that the referendum question was not listed on the ballot. Unofficial results have shown a narrow win for President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who had advocated the yes vote. Dizaleta of the OSCE said the procedures fell short of full adherence, that's a quote, to the standards Turkey has signed up for. Moving on, 3:50 in Turkey in the afternoon, Italy's foreign minister is calling for Turkish opposition forces to be involved in reforms following the weekend's referendum, which revealed Turkey to be heavily divided. Angelino Alfano, in a written statement Monday, also called for a cooling of internal tensions. Alfano said Italy takes note of the referendum outcome and is awaiting the final evaluation of the observers by the international monitoring body. The minister added, quote, "In the meantime, coherent with Turkey's membership in the Council of Europe, we are hoping for a cooling of internal tensions in the country and, in addition, involvement of the opposition in the implementation path of the reforms," unquote. That's a mouthful. And the final one at 4:25 Turkey time in the afternoon, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, God, I've been mispronouncing it this whole time, says he was forced to put a tough fight against the powerful nations of the world who opposed his campaign for a yes vote in a referendum to expand the powers of his office. Addressing supporters at Ankara airport Monday, his arrival from Istanbul, Erdogan said he was attacked by nations with the crusader mentality, as well as by their supporters inside Turkey. It was not clear if he was aiming at European nations, including Germany and the Netherlands, where authorities restricted government ministers' plans to hold campaign rallies to court Turkish expatriate votes. Erdogan said, "We did not give in, we did not give up. As a nation, we stood strong." So there's the timeline that's going on in Turkey as of now. And that is pretty much the news. Do you want to add anything on the Turkey story?
No. We're trying to give Crack some puppy time here.
Oh, right. Let me scooch out of the way so Cracks can see Zeusy. And there's the Zeus monster. Yes, our co-anchor.
News hound.
Yes, our news hound.
If this news, I'll snip it out.
Yep.
Along with rabbits and any other thing that might be in the front
As
yard.
long as he doesn't drag me around the yard looking for the rabbits.
I
I'm
done
good.
told him he has to walk Mama twice a day and everything, not drag Mama.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, now we have shout-outs. You ready for the shout-outs?
Hey, shout away.
Alright, we got a different format for these this morning, so here we go. First on the list of shout-outs is Independent Man. He released a video. It's NSFW dumps safe schools. So apparently Australia finally said that safe schools are full of crap. Laura Bones yesterday had a live stream where she talked about current events with White Sith and one other person who I can't remember because my brain is still a little foggy. It was a very interesting conversation and discussion and live stream. Y'all go over there and check that out. Jeff Holiday. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this video, dude, but we stand with you. Anybody that threatens to take away anybody's children is scum in my book, and Angry MGTOW ran for the hills to vid me, but not before Jeff Holiday got enough of his videos to do a live stream on Angry MGTOW and all of his rantings. So you guys check that out if you haven't yet. And in the long list of lovable, fluffy, small animals, James Von Maxwell, Dr. Ginger Hamster. James Von Maxwell is the name of the channel. He has a very good voice. He's easy to listen to. He's one of those people I wouldn't mind binge watching. So y'all check out James. And the last one, on Liz's stream yesterday, day before, there is liberal Lunacies having a baby, and they threw her a live stream baby shower. So those of you that are sick and tired of politics and arguing with people, the baby shower was all about being a mom, having babies, adventures with babies. It was a really nice little live stream to watch and take notice of. So those are the 5 shout-outs and recommended views for the day. So you guys go check those out. You won't be disappointed. And I believe we have our hashtag this morning, right? I found a hashtag.
You found a hashtag.
I found a hashtag.
Was it a good hashtag? Oh, Mama made the face. Let me hop over this way just a little bit and everything.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
For this hashtag.
Hit you with a hashtag.
Hit you with the hashtag. Here we go.
Retire a song or band.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Yep. Retire a song or band. That's the hashtag for this morning. And I'm not even going to load the results because I'm afraid of that. All right. So, the Granberries.
Men not at work.
What doesn't kill you simply makes you a stranger.
Retirement village people.
People. Jay's.
Fleetwood Nap.
My 55 and older community house in the middle of the street.
Oh, God.
They reached for that one. All right, let's skip that.
Let's see. The notorious OLD.
Honey Sing.
50 ways to relieve your liver.
Spice Grannies.
Ben Lizzie.
Cash Money Funeral Plans.
Born to run a condo association.
Fugeezers.
I can't drive because I'm 65.
Bitch better have my senior discount.
Stair lift to heaven.
I can't hear it through the grapevine.
Holla back, girl. Seriously, holla. I can't hear a thing.
You gotta fight for your right to party.
The tragically hip replacements.
Panic! I've fallen at the disco and can't get up.
Social security distortion.
Destiny's grandchild.
Say my name. No, really, say my name. I can't remember.
More like X Pistols, if you ask me.
Wham! Now I'm awake, and it's your time to go.
Kingdom out of style.
I got 99 problems, but a 4OK ain't one.
50 Centrum.
I was the sheriff, but now they're promoting the deputy.
These canes are made for walking.
Leave, Sandman.
Walking sticks.
21 pilots should disband.
And wake me up before the bingo. And that is hashtag retire a song or band. Let's go back to our main waiting over here. Alright, so, and that is the broadcast. I hope it didn't buffer too badly for you guys. I hope it ran a little bit smoother than it's looking on my screen right now. As usual, our submission links are down below. I am revamping the blog. That is why there isn't a website link. I deleted the Wix site because keeping up with the blog and all the social media and trying to do all this stuff, it was just too much for me, and I'm trying to simplify a little bit. If you guys want to continue the hashtag fun, once this posts, you can post your own hashtag in the comments. Also, you can always DM us on Twitter if you want us to read a story online for our next show. Just remember, we vet the stories to make sure that it isn't slanted one way or the other. And all the highlighted areas you saw us read are the ones that we're trying to cut out as much of the storytelling aspect of the news story as possible. They will be Evernote links, and they will be put down below within an hour of this being posted on my channel. So watch out for that. As always, my friends, may your coffee ever flow, may your caffeine be ever strong, and may you have an absolutely marvelous Monday.
Y'all have a good day.
And the outro ain't working.